Okay, so it's time to get into the HZ. Let's start cutting some of these panels out, release this pressure, take all this off the tailgate and see if we can flex that back around again. Something I've never done before, so stick with us and see how we go. Going to be 100% honest with you guys. I was procrastinating on doing this because I don't know what I'm doing, and the fact that I'm cutting into the car, once I start, I can't stop. Well, that's what my thought was, and then I realised, well, if I don't start it, it's going to sit there forever. So the couple of thoughts that I did go through was, if I can't do this, at least I can do most of the hard work and then have somebody else finish it off for me. Maybe it might make it a bit cheaper, I don't know, but why not just have a crack at it? I mean, if I can do it, you guys can do it. So once that angle grinder started cutting into that, I actually started feeling a lot better about what I was doing. I think it was just, I'm not into wrecking things, I'm into fixing things, and watching an angle grinder cut through a quarter panel, to me that's wrecking something, but just look at the pressure that's on this quarter panel, the way it distorts the when I cut it. I went through heaps of grinding discs. This car, can I focus? It's just unbloody believable for rust. Nothing. What a shame. Anyway, no turning back now, guys. Got that cut out. I'll just start cutting this out. Something without video on it. I'll just start cutting this out in sections. Try and release all that pressure off of that. Okay, taking that chunk off of there. Look at this car. It's got less rust than a 12-month-old BYD. This is amazing. China, watch this video. This is what cars should look like after 30 years. Well, I do apologise to any BYD owners out there, but it's the truth. Anyway, now, this was so badly twisted that I couldn't even get the grinder into a lot of the places there. And I had to be really cautious because those 1mm grinding discs, when they get jammed and they break, they fly out everywhere. So it was slowly, safely, which is a little bit uncommon for me. So if you watch closely, with every cut, those panels just distort. So you think you can cut somewhere, and all of a sudden you start jamming up. Okay, I'm starting to get into that folded up, really hard to get to stuff, so I'll find something that I can start trying to bend it out with. So I get something, try and bend all this out so I can get into it and cut it and see how we go. Righto, I can see it all there, so I might just take all that off, and then from that side to that side with a porta power, and try and push this out a little bit. Well, I did have two porta powers. Both of them don't work, so I'm just going to have to come up with another theory. And right at about this point, my wife is screaming out to me to come out the front. This is unbelievable. Come on. Come on. I know you like my front yard, but you need to go or you'll end up in the shed. It's actually quite entertaining to see all these pigs in there. I didn't realise just how many there were. They're hiding behind the bushes everywhere. Came from across the road, and I soon realised there's no way I can get these pigs out by foot. And anyway, took us about an hour to get them back across the road, blocking the traffic, not that we have many cars, and get them behind the gate. But they did eat some of my golf balls. Oh, I'm only joking. I didn't cook one. They all went back home. Anyway, that was a bit of fun. So back into it and keep cutting this quarter panel out. Now I know exactly how much quarter panel I need to leave on. So what I'm cutting at the moment, I know I'm going to be replacing that. And it's just a case of trying to get all this side cut out without damaging the taillight basket too much, because I need that strength to be able to push everything around. And at this stage, I've got no hope of getting in to move any of that wiring, any of the blinkers or the brake lines wiring. So try not to cut it. Just be as careful as I possibly can. It took quite a while to do. Well, I'm into the groove of it now and feeling a lot more confident. So, Paulie, you would be proud of me, but I do wish you would have come here and done it. Righto, gone a fair way on that quarter now. Now I sit back, have a coffee and contemplate what I've got to do next. Got my jack set up now. Let's see if I can just twist it around a bit. I had a little bit of a go and look, it's opened this gap right up. It is starting to twist it around. Don't think it's done too much for this area here yet. But the idea of this is that quarter panel gets replaced right dead smack centre of that. I don't care if that crushes, but I still need that area to be able to push on this area without distorting the shape too much. See how we go. So the porta powers that I had just didn't work, so I reverted to the old-fashioned bottle jack, and it seemed to be doing not a bad job. A little bit slow, but not bad. So it is twisting it around very slowly, but now I need to get from the inside and just start tapping areas like this, because as soon as I release that pressure, let's see how far back it goes. Wow, that bloody worked out well. Look at that. It's opening everything up. I need to come from a different angle. Nothing like some new tools for the shed. My porta power to do this. Probably only ever use it once. Well, the porta power done exactly what they are designed to do. And they came with all different types of feet and push bits and pieces and stuff like that. It was just so much easier to use. Cost me $288 at Sydney Tools. Thank God we got a Sydney Tools up here in Mildura now. So I was just going slow, and then Kev turned up to give me a little bit of a hand. That way I could watch every part of the panels and make sure they weren't starting to tear or we weren't pushing too far. Just wedging in a little bit. Go another. Hold it there, yeah. We're just stretching this now. So I just need to tap this corner out if I can get in there somehow. There's no how. Take him off, reevaluate where we're pushing and pulling from. Getting there slowly, me and Big Kev having a crack. No beer drunk yet. That's got, you can see that it still needs to come out, but I reckon that needs to be tapped out. Maybe a slide hammer or something. Don't know. Got an idea. So the more I push that around, and the more I cut from the actual panel itself, I could actually see inside, and the structure inside, like the inner structure of the whole quarter panel, was pretty much untouched. Nothing was bent, nothing was kinked. It was all the outer panel. I was so lucky in that accident. He only just got me. So here we go, here we go, here we go.
Block of wood. Got the screws in there for Jimmy, bro.
Got most of this out. This gap is fairly close now, but we're pulling in too close here. I need to take this pressure out this way. Righto. I've tapped this around quite a lot. Try and get out of the light. I've got to tap this line up. These are flat to here, and that should take all this dent out of here. But until I get pressure under here and pull this back, I can't deal with this one. So as you can see, it's still a bit flat. That shows the better angle. So that section there has still got to come out probably 10 mil. So I will tinker with that tomorrow. Righto, second day on this quarter panel of this car, and I've got a bit of spare time. It is time to get into this. That is a beautiful piece of HZ wagon. Now I do know the colour code for this, very common, but this car is over 35 years old. That's original paint, and it has faded, so I need it colour matched. And I'm leaving it up to these guys to do it. Not even sure I'm allowed to film here, but let's see how we go. Not too bad, yourself? You certainly can. Check out the products these guys have got. Well, that was easy, kinda. Come back in an hour, you'll have a litre mixed up. Not quite ready for it, but better to be looking at it than looking for it. Righto, guys. Righto. So we are in the welder area. And if I wasn't confused before, I am confused now. Because I do want to do a little bit of aluminium welding. Not much, just a touch. Apparently, I don't know. I got to learn it. So let's see what we can buy, walk out of this store with. Okay, I've got to the point where I need to start pushing this over. So this section through here is still a bit lumpy. It needs to spread out and get this line straight. And when I shut the tailgate, I'll show you what I mean. It still needs to come over. So I need to start getting this over to where it needs to be, which should pull this out and get that all nice and neat. Back when I was an apprentice panel beater, you know, those things were easy, but let's have a crack. So, having a lot of trouble to try and get some of those smaller creases out up there. Now, the whole idea and the reason why I'm spending so much time on this is because I'm not quite sure how high I'm going to go with that cut. I definitely 100% would like to not use any bog whatsoever. That's why I brought the TIG welder. I should be able to grind it down and get it pretty well perfect, but I'm not quite sure where I'm going to be able to cut it. And I still need to take some pressure off to get that in closer to the tailgate. This is what is going to take me all the time. And I've made a couple of other little tools to help me hit things around with different shapes on it. So time for pretty much most of that taillight basket to come out now, because I'm not going to be using the porta power on any of it. It's all just going to be hammer and dolly.
Well, the Milwaukee batteries are getting a bit old. They're not holding charge as long as they should.
So this is just one of those little tools that I made so that I could use that to try and get some of these edges up, as well as the line that runs right down as well, to try just to try and make life easier. I mean, I'm not a panel beater, and when you get to this stage, yes, you need to know a little bit of something. So I'll keep going with it, and I'll always be able to lean on somebody for some advice. Now, I'm pretty much at that point now where my skill just is not going to be good enough to get this up to the point where I'll be able to bog it. I know I'm going to have to cut it across the top there somewhere, but I still need to relax that steel to get it in closer to the tailgate.
Well, I spent a long time tapping this around. Still a tiny bit too big of a gap just here. So I need to get in and tap that out. But that is looking pretty good. So far, so good. When you compare it to that gap through here, that's the area I'm talking about. I need to tighten it up a little bit. Just in here. I've got most of this shape back. A lot of trouble getting this back up to where it's meant to be. I've used a bit of heat. And I would love to have knocked this out, because I didn't want to cut this section out. I wanted to come straight across and then straight down. But if I need to cut this out, there's enough on that one. I've left enough on that other quarter to go as far up that as I like. So that decision I'm just going to have to make later. Not bad so far. Righto, so you've made it to the end of the video, guys. I don't want to keep boring you too much with what's going on in this. So I'm pretty much going to end the video here, and then I'll get into unstitching that quarter panel as well as the donor quarter panel in the next video. Now, I do have other projects in the shed. I've brought this boat for the kids. They can use that in the Murray River. Now, we do have to get it painted. The boys want to name the boat and they want to paint it. So that's what we're going to do on there. And plus I want to put a floor and stuff like that in it. I do have the Winnebago, which I am replacing the roof. I've done 1/3 of it so far, just cleaning it off. I also have the HJ in the background and other things going at the same time. So this is the reason why I don't put up weekly videos. I don't want to bore you. I just want to show you content, and that's why I don't put videos up every week. Going to try for once a month from now on in, and there's going to be a little bit of a mix. So some things you're going to like, some things you aren't going to like. Now you made it to the end of the video. So give me the thumbs up, because I'm going to choose somebody, randomizer, and send out a couple of stubby holders to whoever wins that. So good luck in that, and thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.